Netflix is working to draw in the adult animation crowd with its newest raunchy cartoon, Fixed. It's about a dog who's about to lose his junk. So does this work, or should it just be neutered? Bull is an average, all-around good dog who discovers he's going to be neutered in the morning. He realizes he needs one last adventure with his pack of buddies. So what could go wrong? The voice cast for this Jendy Tartakovsky movie is just stacked, with the talents of Adam Devine, Idris Elba, my favorite, Catherine Hahn, Fred Armisen, Michelle Buteau, Aaron LaPlante, and Bobby Moynihan. And they all do a good job of delivering the appropriate emotions and snark that's needed for the comedy. But that is pretty much where the good ends in this film. The animation is fine and satisfactory, but it's basic, with mainly the foreground ever receiving any sort of movement. And I'm not criticizing the basicness of the style. The animals, they're cute and emotive, but the entire world that we get feels like an episode of Tom and Jerry, except way more violent in certain circumstances. Now, the dialogue, it is absolutely juvenile, and not in a way that makes it quirky or edgy, but instead it feels as though it's been written by a 12-year-old boy, with all of those fart, poop, and sex jokes that they could think to just cram in. Except, because they're 12, the imagination and vocabulary are both stunted just to prevent any sort of clever writing to actually show through. Now, at 85 minutes, this is excruciatingly long, mainly because the jokes just don't land. And then we watch an overnight adventure take place that is not intriguing, exciting, or funny. I mean, there were some moments that I did chuckle. These, though, they're few and far between. I mean, come on, I can enjoy some juvenile comedy too, when it's actually humorous. The story itself, while being generic, also feels as though it's ripping off so many of these other let's have one last party before we have to grow up types of plots. Now sure, the idea of this being from a dog's perspective and then him losing part of his perceived manhood, that's kind of a new twist. But it's still ultimately a generic arc as a whole, and unfortunately, one that's not even engaging. It's not often that I have to force myself to finish watching something, but this was trying my patience. From ineffectual and unfunny dialogue to forced moments that are attempts at edginess but land in cringy territory, Fixed is a tremendous waste of time and talent. I know Tartakovsky has a ton of talent, and the voice actors create emotive animal personalities. But when a story is hamstrung so badly by the writing, it's time to tear it up and then start over with the intent of crafting engaging content that is then supported by raunchy humor. There's sex, animated nudity, almost nonstop profanity, and then some violence. I give Fixed 1.5 out of 5. Ugh. Just take this one to the vet already and just have it put down. It's the most humane thing we can ever do. Alright, so what are some adult animation movies or shows that you love to watch? Let me know some recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.